Hey guys, welcome to Learning Spanish for Mr. A. As you can see right here, I have the alphabet, right? But of course, we're gonna have to take some time here to break it down because unfortunately, the sounds are not the same. This is not English, this is not French, this is not Italian or Russian, this is Spanish. So it is crucial that we understand the sound of each letter so that we can actually speak right. It's a musical thing, it's got to be tuned right, okay? So that being said, we're going to start with the first letter, which is, in English, A, right? Well, in English, you do say A, but in Spanish, you're going to say A. Repeat after me. A. That's right. Let's go to the second one. Well, the second one is B, which in Spanish is going to be B. Alright, repeat after me. B. That's not too bad. I think you're getting it. Next one, the third one is C, right? In Spanish, the C is going to sound like this, se, all right? But you do have exceptions to the rule here in Spanish with C, okay? Because even though you have the se sound, okay, just like if you want to say 50, you will say 50. You hear that sound, se 50? You can also have the k sound. Like if you want to say to cook, you're going to say cocinar. You hear that? Cocinar. So you do have the se sound and the k sound as well. So it's going to be a judgment call based on the word that you're dealing with, okay? But with practice, it's going to come together. Now look at the next one here. The next one is D. What a beautiful letter that we have here. D in Spanish is going to be de. Now, I want you to remember that, okay? Try to go for the sound A every time. That will help you out. De, see, B, C, de. That does help. Now look at the next one. Well, in English, you say E. In Spanish, that's going to be A. All right, say it one more time. For me, just say right. A. Good. Now you got to remember that when you say A in English, in your mind, you're pretty much going for the sound A from this letter that you see here, the A sound, right? Well, here in Spanish, that A sound that you got up here, you're going to have to bring it down here. All right? That's A. I know that sounds weird, but that's Spanish for you. All right? Now the next letter is going to be F. In English, in Spanish, you're going to say F. All right? So that's not too bad. Try it. F. Good. Now look at the next one. The next one is a lot like say, C in a way, right, in English. And it's going to have dual sounds, okay? You're going to have to watch this one. Like for instance, you can have the G sound with G, I'm sorry, okay? G in English can actually make the sound G in Spanish, which is going to translate as when you look at this verb that I have here, we're going to go through the verbs in a little bit, all right? Listen to that sound, gustar. So you hear the G sound, right? Whereas, check this out, if you want to say people in Spanish, it's not going to be gente, it's going to be gente. So here we go. The G that you know in English is going to be either way, ge, alright, come on, ge, or else you're going to say, okay, g, like gustar, good. Now look at the next one, very important, the H in Spanish is silent, okay? You have to leave it on the side. Even though it's there, you have to write it down on the paper, but you leave it silent. Let's say, the sound, like if you want to name the letter itself, let's say you're spelling a word, you're going to have to call it H, okay? That's the proper sound for the letter H in Spanish. But now, and this is pretty interesting, as you use it within a verb, a noun, an adjective, whatever you've got there, it's going to be silent. Like, look at this verb as an example. To speak in Spanish is hablar, right? Well, I didn't use the H, I kept it silent. Repeat after me. Hablar. Good. Okay, now here we have the letter I in English, which is going to be in Spanish the sound E. Isn't that weird? But you're going to have to get used to it, okay? And, well, this one that I've got here at the bottom is J. J is actually going to make the sound jota. That's a bit of a challenge because you have to use your throat here, right? But you can do it. Just don't spit on anybody next to you, right? Just go ahead. Repeat after me. Jota. Good. Now, very briefly, I would like to go through those verbs, okay, so that you can put those letters into practice within a word. And I've picked, of course, the verb because the verbs are like the heartbeat. You have to have it. If you don't have a verb in the sentence, you have no sentence. So for A, I went for to learn. Repeat after me. Aprender. Aprender. Good. Now for B, all right, which in Spanish is be, I went for to drink, which is beber. All right, say it one more time. Beber. Good. Now, the third one, we agreed that it would be the way the C sound or the K sound, but here we're going for to cook. To cook is going to be, repeat after me, cocinar. Good. Cocinar. The next one is D, which is the sound D. So what happens here? Well, I picked to sleep. I mean, that's obvious. That's a very obvious common one. All right, so let's go for it. Repeat after me. Dormir. Dormir. Good. The next one is to find, to meet, but we do that all the time. We find things all the time, we meet people all the time, right? So now you have the sound E, which is going to translate here as encontrar. Repeat after me. Encontrar. Good for you. Okay, this one is one of my favorite ones because it's to annoy, and you know, well, that happens, right? We get annoyed, or we annoyed, right? So the point here is, okay, the F is sound, as you mix it within the noun, the verb, the adjective, whatever you've got, in this case it's a verb, it's going to make a cool sound. Listen to me. Fastidiar. I repeat after me. Fastidiar. Okay? So your F here really becomes some kind of like a F sound in a way. Okay? That's the way it goes. Okay, so now we have to like or to be pleased by. It can be used either way. And that's going to be gustar. One more time. Gustar. Good job. Alright, we're going to speak, which we saw before. And that's going to be hablar. Hablar. Remember what I said? The H is silent. Keep it silent. And then we have to implicate, which is going to be implicar. Pretty cool, isn't it? You see, so no I, just E sound here. Do not confuse it with this one here. Remember, we're in Spanish. And then to play, anything but music is going to be the J sound. And this is what it's going to sound like within the verb here. Check it out. Jugar. Jugar. That's very good. That's to play. Alright, so anyway, what I would like you to do, I would like you to take the time and write all that down in your notebook so that you can keep track of everything we're going through here, okay? It's crucial. Document everything you learn so that you can actually go back to it, archive it, and remember it better, okay? Well, thank you for listening to this video, okay? Hasta luego!